Okay, we are going into some more spoilers for Dragon Ball Super Chapter 65. The full spoilers with translations, we'll probably have them sometime today. The manga chapter will be out tomorrow, so I will do a review there. And I just gotta say that I'm gonna have a real love-hate relationship with this chapter because there's a lot of things that annoy me, and there's a lot of things that I love. In fact, the crazy part is, as much as I've been criticizing the Goku decision, the rest of the chapter actually seems pretty damn good. And it's crazy that we have like this, it's almost like putting an anchor on the Titanic. We have this incredible ship, obviously not including the crash, the iceberg crash. And it's beautiful, it's huge, it's awesome, but there's that one anchor that's holding it down. But I'll get into more of that when we get to the actual full spoiler. So DBS Hype has them up here. We're going to go into looking at some of these. Now, again, I want to apologize to you guys ahead of time because he's doing these a little bit different in the sense of he's writing DBS chapter 65, blah. He's writing DBS chapter 65 major spoilers. Got to slow down, sorry. Because he doesn't want people to like go on his Twitter and be spoiled by an image. So he puts the image below. So what I'm going to try to do here, I'm going to try to open up the image in a new tab and really show you guys what's going on. So this first image here, this is after he's been pretty much beaten. Goku does power down from Ultra Instinct. Now remember, Ultra Instinct with the silver hair, Goku is able to tap into that power at will now. So just because he powers down does not mean he's going to have trouble getting back into that form again. This is now Goku figuring everything out. And we have, of course, the hand, which we discussed. A lot of channels have discussed this. It's been a topic on the internet for a while, for a couple of months. Last two streams that I did discussed it. Also, the last video I did with Opie discussed the whole hand thing. So we have the hand there. Goku gives Moro the Senzu, which is still a boneheaded move. That will not change. Next panel here, or next panels, this is actually Goku powering down. So I'm sorry, I guess he was writing them left. He posted them left to right, but it's meant to be right to left. This is Goku powering down because Goku at this point, I guess, realizes that, well, this guy's been beaten. But he gives him a Senzu, which is weird because, again, like, what if he attacks you, which he kind of does. But remember, he can go right back into UI, so it's not that crazy. Next chapter. Let's see here. Oh, not chapter. Why did I say chapter? That's not what I meant to say. I meant to say page. Sorry about that. Wait. Is it only 2 images? I thought he posted 4. Ah, okay, it is 4. Let's take a look. My bad, guys. I want to show you all this. So here is Moro. Ugh, this looks pretty gross. Moro holding his arm in pain. Look at that. It looks like it's like he remember that football injury from like a few days ago. I don't know if you guys saw that, and if you didn't see it, don't look it up. It's really, really gross. Okay, that leg injury, that was one of the worst injuries I've seen in my entire life, and I've seen Theismann and Paul George and all these guys. Right? Ugh, it looks very gross. His punch apparently does nothing to Goku's rock solid body. Pause. Next image here, let me show y'all. Goku powering down, talking to Moro. Again, Jocko's probably telling him, urging him to finish him off. Goku, of course, making another critical mistake he's made a bunch of times in the past. No need to talk about that again. I've talked about it many times, and I'll be discussing it more in the review. And, again, we'll have full translations for all of this in the future, sometime tonight, most likely. So stay tuned to the channel, subscribe, hit notifications, you know the drill, and I'll get that to you. Next images here, Moro versus Goku rematch. So once Moro gets his hand back, and we find out that he now has the power of Mirrors, he's cocky. As you can see right there, there's Mirrors on his forehead. Beerus is probably freaking out like, oh, great. I had a bad feeling about this, and I was right. Beerus was right on that. We all were right on that. And here is Moro now powering up, trying to tap into that angelic power. Now, I want to once again reiterate that Beerus is a trainee angel. He's not a full-fledged angel like a Whis or a Vados, so he may not have all of the abilities that they have. You know what I'm saying? He may not have that. So it's not like Goku is going to be facing off against a Whis tier character. That's not necessarily the case here. Beerus is weaker than Whis. But still, it's a crazy new character, bro. I mean, it's crazy. Let me move on here. So I love this shot right here of Goku's eyes. Goku in his fighting stance, Moro preparing to fight as well. Again, these are a tiny bit out of order, but I'm reading them as they're showing up here on the feed. Here is Goku and Moro lunging at each other. So the fight will continue. Moro is gleefully smiling, having a fully regenerated body, and now with Beerus's powers as well, or Beerus's abilities as well, going up against UI Goku, who does seem confident still, but buddy, you could have ended this a long time ago and you didn't. Like, come on, this is not a joke, you know what I'm saying? Next panel here. This is good stuff. Now, this is actually good stuff. Here we have Goku and Moro toe-to-toe, and Moro is not doing the JOB on the PPV like you would expect. Here we have him going toe-to-toe with Goku, and it doesn't appear like Moro is just beating the crap out of Goku. That's not what's happening here. It seems to be pretty toe-to-toe. So as I said, Beerus's angel powers are not as honed as Whis and Vados, or UI Goku has gotten that much stronger. Now, I do not think that UI Goku is at the level of an angel yet. I don't think that's the case. I could be wrong, okay? Chapter's not fully out yet. We'll see when it comes out. But I don't think so. Now, if he is, though, then that whole debate about whether or not he can beat Beerus is out the window now. Like, there's no arguing it now if that's the case. Again, want to wait for the translations on that. But they seem to be going pretty toe-to-toe here. Moving on to the next one here. He goes for a punch. Moro is able to block the punch. Moro also now, in addition to having incredible strength, now has incredible speed as well. And it looks like because of that speed, I'm not entirely sure if Moro's actually accessing Ultra Instinct, because remember, Beerus knows it. So you would think that with Beerus knowing it, that means that Moro would also know Ultra Instinct. It makes sense, right? But I haven't read that yet. So again, waiting for translations, but I wanted to show you all these images, before we have the full context. So remember, we do not have full context yet. Let me go on to this image right here. And this is just Goku and Moro going toe-to-toe. This is a great image right here. I actually really like that image. The fist clashing, classic Dragon Ball. I'm not going to criticize Toyotaro's art because he has improved as an artist. I mean, that's unquestionable. I am going to criticize the way he wrote Goku, but Moro's tactic of actually using the hand and regenerating himself, that is cool. Like, that makes sense. There's continuity there. And it's kind of a cool Easter egg for those who picked up on it a couple of months ago. So if you predicted that Moro would reattach that hand, I don't know if any of us thought it would be Grand Priest, Beerus, but, inside of his hand, like with the powers. But if you predicted that, you are a great prognosticator, point blank. With that being said, though, like I've said before, it's hard to gauge the real power here because we don't know exactly how much stronger Goku has gotten or how much stronger Moro has gotten, but they're definitely going toe-to-toe here. Now, another spoiler that came out that I did not cover, which I'm going to talk about now, is the fact that apparently Moro has trouble, and notice what's going on here. They have a big collision, there's a huge crater, and now, as you can see right here, Whis creates that barrier to protect Krillin and Jocko and everybody else from the big explosion. That's all well and good. But apparently what ends up happening, now again, don't quote me on this because I haven't seen it for myself yet, but apparently Moro does fuse with the earth at one point, and that's why we saw like that image that I talked about 2 days ago, or actually a day ago, late at night, 2 days ago, whatever. Depends on where you live, right? Where you see Moro's head like in the ground with his mouth open, like the Cave of Wonders from Aladdin. That's Moro fusing with the earth, and what a great villain he is because he knows Goku wants to protect the Earth, so his way of getting at him is to become the Earth. He's become Ego, the living planet. Again, waiting for more context on this. Don't quote me on this, but it seems like that's what's going on. So Goku's going to have to fight a living planet. Is that really what's going on? I got to be honest. That's pretty cool. Like I said, y'all should know this about me. I'm very fair. If you really think I'm a Toyotaro hater, you are a fool. I have no reason to hate that man. You're an idiot. Like, I will criticize when he does things right, and when he does things wrong, in my opinion. The idea of Goku fighting a living planet is freaking cool. I love that idea. I ain't gonna lie to you. Goku's decision is still dumb. That can't be, you just can't ignore that. But I'm going to give Taro fairness in that I feel like when I actually get to read this entire chapter, when we all get to read it, we're probably all going to have very much a love-hate relationship with it. I think we're going to love some things and hate some things. Some folks will love everything, some will hate everything, but in general, like, if we were to do a poll or whatever, which I might actually do on my community tab, I feel like it's going to be pretty even to where people will say, yeah, I love this and I didn't like this. And ultimately, that's what criticism is. It's not about being a hater or a fanboy. It gets frustrating with this all or nothing emotional mentality some people have. Like, stop being so emotional about this. Just view it for what it is. You might like this, you might dislike that. And for me, I like Moro. In this arc, I really am enjoying Moro, right? Like, I'm enjoying that character, and I'm not really enjoying Goku. That's just me being honest. I think Goku should be past this, but this chapter itself seems to be very, hit or miss, so to speak. With that being said, let me know what you think in the comments about this. Like, again, I'll have full translations up probably sometime tonight. No problem there. And we'll go through the summary, and then I'll have my review up tomorrow with more in-depth thoughts. And don't forget, I got a stream coming up probably on the 22nd, which will be Thursday, sometime in the afternoon. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I'm going live. I'll probably promote it in the community tab, but you'll have a notification early about that stream so you can join me and we can talk about this in even more detail, because this arc is not over. It's going to be ending in a few months, I think, not too far from now, but it's not over yet. So let's see how it turns out. Hopefully it'll turn out for the better, but I don't know, man. There's good and bad here. And we can't just ignore the good, and we can't just ignore the bad. I'll talk to you soon.